What is social Catholic teaching? So, social Catholic teaching is what sums up the teachings of the Church regarding social issues or regarding social justice issues between groups in society and with creation. So, it is done in order to maintain or in order to establish a just society where people are living lives of holiness despite the challenges of modern time. So it shines the light of the gospel on the social justice issues that arise in the complex network of relationship in which we live in. So there have been Catholic social teachings since the very beginning of the Church. So in the 19th century, a formal and systematic body of teaching have been established or developed for the modern era. So a principle under the said teaching is called subsidiarity. So it is a key principle in social Catholic thought, and that is what we are gonna discuss for today. What is subsidiarity? So subsidiarity comes from the Latin word subsidium, which means help, aid, or support. So the principle of subsidiarity means being wide-eyed, clearly determining the right amount of help or support that is needed to accomplish a task or to meet an obligation. So subsidiarity states that the community of higher order should not interfere or interrupt an internal life and community of lower order. Instead, they should act always with a view to the common good of society, which means not depriving local authorities or local people power. So as we mentioned, there is what we call higher order and lower order. So how do we differentiate them? What is their difference? So higher order refers to states or a larger society, while lower order refers to intermediary bodies or individuals.
So the next question is, what are the role of higher and lower level? In subsidiarity, higher level should only be involved in those tasks that cannot be carried out at the local level. Individual participation is also required. This principle gives responsibilities over to the individual and local communities to work towards the common good. The common good is not only the responsibility of the state, but it must be pursued by all people at all levels of society. So by lower order, we mean intermediate communities such as family group, local associations, and government. For example, the family is an intermediate community in which the principle of subsidiarity applies because it is a real community in which higher authorities should not interfere or interrupt. Also, local governments such as cities and towns should operate under the principle of subsidiarity. Even clubs or associations act independently and works towards the common good without the influence of government of the states to do otherwise would be an infringement upon their right. So this principle centers on the way God has led mankind. He does not reserve all the power to himself, but rather he gives those of his creation to freedom to perform functions that are within one's capability and capacity. This type of governance is what people who govern nations, states, and land should follow and not restrict individual the right to live and to make decisions of their own. What does the Church say about the principle of subsidiarity? The principle of subsidiarity states that the individual and the family precedes the state, that is, individual do not exist of the state, but rather the state exists for well-being of individuals and family entrusts to its care. Furthermore, Nothing should be done by a higher or larger organizations that cannot be done by a lower or smaller one.